Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing another movie review on this new movie which also came out this month. I actually had my local Cinemark movie theater that's been playing this movie after it got its expanded release just like yesterday. And this review is going to be on My Old Ass. I know, pretty silly name for a movie title. Yeah. Yeah. So this movie is called My Old Ass, and so it's written and directed by Megan Park and stars Macy Stella in her film. This is her film debut, and also stars Maddie Ziegler, Percy Hines White, along with Seth Isaac Johnson and Aubrey Plaza. Yeah. So this is the new movie from MGM Studios, or Amazon MGM Studios, should I say. And so it goes like this. An 18th birthday mushroom trip and brings Elliot face to face with her wisecracking 39-year-old self. When the older Elliot starts hanging out with warnings about what her younger self should and shouldn't do, she realizes that she has to rethink everything about family, love, and what's becoming a transformative summer. And yeah. And the movie's pretty much played out as like a romantic film in some ways, while at the same time it's also a comedy drama film, like a coming of age comedy drama. So I just got back from seeing this movie at my local Cinemark movie theater that's been playing this movie. And when I first saw the trailer to this movie, it did look pretty interesting from the trailer, and it also looked pretty funny as well. And after seeing the movie, I gotta say, My Old Ass was actually an awesome, well-made movie. Yeah, another job well done by MGM. And yeah, and of course, this movie also had some pretty funny dialogue here and there. I laughed at some of the funny dialogue that was in this movie, and and during my screening to this movie, like I also had I also had a few other moviegoers that went and saw this movie at my screening, and they were laughing at some of the funny dialogue in the film too. But of course, since this is a comedy film, in some ways there's no slapstick, that's for sure, because there's not a single slapstick. And I think when it comes to the humor in My Old Ass, like I think when it comes to like the humor in terms of the dialogue, it's actually played out very well in terms of the humor and dialogue, and it's actually like well written. And since this is directed by Megan Park, I gotta say Megan Park actually does a pretty awesome job directing and writing this movie. And when I was watching the trailer to this movie, it said that it was also from the producer and executive producer of Promising Young Woman and Saltburn. And I also enjoyed those movies, were released in 2020 and 2023. And of course, the movie is also produced by Margot Robbie. And I gotta say, since even though Margot Robbie's not really in the movie, I gotta say she does a pretty solid job producing this movie, along with the other producers, like the producer of Promising Young Woman, and same thing with executive producer on Saltburn. And I gotta say, this was actually a pretty well made, awesome like film. And I gotta say, the acting performances were also really great too. I gotta say, in terms of her first movie, Macy Stella was pretty good in the film. She does a good job in her first movie, Macy Stella. Aubrey Plaza was also great in the film too, because I've known much about him, like Aubrey Plaza. Like I've seen her in some other stuff, and I actually recently saw her when I was watching the new MCU show that just came out on Disney Plus, Agatha All Along. Yeah, the acting performances were great, and I think when it comes to like the music in this film, the music was also pretty decent too. And of course, I have myself having an enjoyment out of this film, and and I gotta say, all I can say is my only issue and complaint I have with this movie is that the movie's runtime is not even that long. It's only like between 89 to 90 minutes. Mostly like 89 minutes, since this movie's only like an hour and 29 minutes, so it's a very short movie. And I gotta say, it would have been better if this movie was a little bit longer, like an hour and 36 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes, but I think as I understand the story, then it will make the time go by quicker if I and you understand the story, if you've seen the movie. But aside from that, this was an awesome and funny movie. And like I said, it's another job well done from MGM. And one of the other production companies involved with this movie is actually Indian Paintbrush. Indian Paintbrush is actually the same studio behind many Wes Anderson films. And yeah, Wes Anderson has no involvement with this movie. It's just like one of the producers who works at Indian Paintbrush was involved in this film. Like one of the producers who produced this film for Indian Paintbrush. Yeah. So overall, My Old Ass was an awesome and funny movie released in 2024. And I'm glad I got my chance to see it. And I'm going to give My Old Ass 4.5 out of 5 stars. If it's playing at a theater near you, then I recommend checking out this movie. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on My Old Ass. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.